Welcome to Just the Two of Us Homestead. We are Colleen and Frank, and we live in the perfect size homestead just for us in southwestern Quebec. Gardening, growing food, and preserving is one of our passions. And our barn animals, we love them so much, they're just like pets. And we're so fortunate to be able to live our lives as we do. Each and every day is a blessing. Hi. Today, I'm going to be planting just about all my Brassica plants. And I'm doing the ones that are tried and true for me, but I'm also doing a few new ones. For broccoli, this has worked for me for years. It's Green Magic broccoli, but I'm also trying Calabrese broccoli. And cauliflower, I'm doing Amazing. And for fun, I'm doing Purple of Sicily, because I always like to grow at least 2 varieties of everything. And I'm going to explain in a minute. I got some free seeds from a company, and I've grown this one before. This is called Snowball. And cabbage, I have Early Jersey. And for fun, I'm going to try and grow this Sapporo Giant. And I think I have another one from last year I'm going to grow. So what I do, everybody has their own way of growing seeds. There's really no right or wrong way. I just do what I know what works best for me. And it's just so exciting to be finally getting. I already did like the goji berry and the rosemary, and I'll give you a little update on those. But this to me is, once I start the Brassicas, that's when I know seed starting is really getting off to a good start. So for me, in our grow zone, in our area, I start these about 6 to 7 weeks before our last frost date, and they can even go in a bit before that. So what I do when I plant my starts, I didn't do it with the other ones because I didn't have the soil yet, but at the very bottom of my seed starting tray, I put potting soil, not the seed starting mix, potting soil. And I just put it maybe an inch at the most. And I do that because seed starting mix doesn't really have any nutrition or anything in it, to really make the plant grow. It's literally just to get the seed started. It's fluff, so it's light enough earth that the seed can break through. But then once they're growing, their roots to grow down, there's really nothing of nutrient down in that soil for it to help it to continue to grow. So I usually put just at the very bottom a little bit of potting soil. I'm going to get confused. And then for the top half, I use seed starting mix. So it's gentle enough for the seed to break through the soil, but then as the roots grow, it's got something on the bottom to grab onto and has a little bit more nutrition. So I hope that makes sense. That's just the way I do it. So I've got them like less than halfway full, just a little bit, like I said, to give them the roots something little more nutritious soil. It's hard to tell because everything's black, but they're about halfway full. Maybe some more than others. And then I put the seed starting mix on top. And earlier today, I poured boiling water over all my soil. I don't know if I mentioned this in the last video, but I have a horrible time with like growing a fungus or something. It goes green like a algae on top of my seeds under my lights. So I always sanitize my soil before I plant seeds. So I did it earlier this morning, so everything's cooled off. And I'll just continue filling these and we'll come right back. I'm not the neatest seed starting person, but I get the job done and then I just clean it up at the end. So this free seed company, a friend of mine told me about it maybe 3 weeks ago, and the seeds are literally free and you just pay for shipping. I got this whole envelope. Hold on, let me get something to put down. So I got this whole envelope of seeds for the cost of shipping, which I think was $7.95. And by the time I got to the website, they didn't have a lot left. They had hundreds of vegetables and maybe a few fruits and flowers. I don't know if they restock or not, but I'll just tell you a few things I got because it's amazing. I got, oh, here, see, I did get a cabbage. This was the other one, Copenhagen, which I've grown before. I got a few pumpkins, arugula, turnip, sunflowers, poppies, parsnips, alfalfa, yarrow, which is one of my favorite flowers to grow, a white zucchini, watercress, sunflowers, leeks. I can't name them all. Anyway, there's a whole bunch here and they were all free. They usually sell them, the seeds 10 at a time. So you just click how many little packets you want. The most I took was 10 of everything. I didn't need a whole bunch. I just wanted to see if it was true that they were free. And I got more flowers than I did veggies, but I thought that was wonderful. And the company is Everbloom Seeds. I'll put it on the screen for you. And like I said, I don't know if they restock because they were out of a lot of things. I just kind of took what was left. Oh, even cantaloupe. So I was really happy with that. So off we go. I am going to start with broccoli because that's my favorite. So most brassicas, all the seeds are going to look the same. They're all black. You plant them about a 1/4 inch deep and they don't need heat mats, but I'm going to put a dome on them under my grow lights, but they don't need heat mats. Brassicas don't like heat. And I'm going to get a toothpick and some water because this year I'm trying my absolute best to just plant 1 seed per cell. If I'm using some older packages from last year, I might do 2, but I have an awful time. If I always put 2 per cell and they germinate, I don't have the heart ever to just clip or pull out that second plant. I let them both grow, and then when I pot them up, I generally have twice as many plants than when I seeded. So most of these are brand new seed. So I'm going to try and go with the 1 seed per cell and hope for good germination. All right, so I'm going to start with the Calabrese or Calabrese. And because I just want to do the 1 seed per cell, I'm going to do them like this. If I just drop them by my fingers, for sure, I would put more than 1 per cell. So I'm going down about a 1/4 inch. This probably wasn't the best thing I could have chosen, but I only really want to pot them up one time. Right, so broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage. Yeah, I got plenty of room. I hope I'm not sorry. I'm just doing the one seed. I may put 2 in a few others just to be on the safe side. That's too deep. They're good quality seeds from reputable seed companies, so sometimes when I look at it and I go, wow, that 1/4 inch is far down for a tiny little seed, but so there's 1 row. I think I'll do 2 rows of this variety. And then very gently just cover them up. And another thing I do, I don't usually write on my things here. I take one of my large yogurt containers. It's food grade plastic. And I just cut up the container and I make my tags and put them in here. That's how I prefer to do it. A lot of people write on the thing, but quite often I'm just going to have 1 row and then I find it squishy on the container, so I'm just going to cut them down a bit. And I keep a logbook of everything that I do and when the dates I start, so I just have to write the variety. I'm going to sit with you for a bit because my legs have not been kind to me lately. So, all right, so now I'm going to do the amazing cauliflower. I have grown this before and I've always had good luck. Last year, our brassicas didn't do well, and I'm not blaming the seeds because we got them from different, we still had some, they just didn't do as well as previous years, and I'm not going to blame it on the seed companies. It was more human neglect at the beginning of gardening season last year. I really wasn't well, and they didn't get the important nutrition and attention that they needed at the beginning of the season. So the broccoli fared better than the cauliflower. So I'm doing, the 1 seed. Okay, now I'm going to do the purple of Sicily. Oops. I always forget to put the previous one's seeds back. Every single one looks the same. I know it depends on where everyone lives, but have you all started your seeds? Whoa, and my gardener doesn't give you many seeds. Good thing I'm doing the 1 trick seed thing. It's the first year I've bought seed from him. Oops, and that didn't come off. There, that didn't take long at all. And I have at least 2 of each variety. So if one variety doesn't do well, I have the other. I'm planting them early enough. If one variety doesn't germinate well, I still have a week or 2 to play around with if I have to reseed. And I still have kale to plant, and I have like some Napa cabbages and that. But last year I found when I did those bok choys and napas, when I started the seeds indoors, they were way, way ahead of these guys by the time it came to plant outside. I think I only need to literally give them like 3 weeks. So I'm going to water these all in, and I'm going to put them on the shelf under the grow lights, and I'll give you an update on the other stuff I've already started. Sorry for the bad lighting as usual. So these are the Brassicas. I just put them. No heat mat, just the lights. These are celeries I did yesterday. I did these guys yesterday. So there's 2 varieties in that one and another one in there. And look at here. Can you see the little rosemaries? I think there's 5 of them up. I planted 8. Oh, there's 6. There's one way in the back. That's never happened for me. And the goji, oh, sorry for my hand. The goji berries take 2 to 3 weeks to germinate. So they'll be a while, and they're on the heat mat. My sweet potatoes, so far only this guy's growing roots, nothing with the other ones. But I did start a new one yesterday. I started a new one here. So hopefully he'll do something. So out of all these, only one is growing roots, but nothing like up here yet. Here's an egg that hasn't been fertilized or anything. There's nothing growing in it. It's just an empty egg. Okay, here's one. I think we're day 10 into it. It's 21 days. And you can see the shadow of a chick in there. I know it's hard to see. I'm going to try and show you. I'm going to hold it in my hand with my phone and get a better light, and you can actually see like some veins and that, but that's a chick growing in there. Okay, I took another egg, and you can see Frank's going to gently turn it so you can see that it's moving inside. See it moving around? There. That's a chick growing in there. It just fascinates me. I think I'm gonna research some of these flowers I got, like the yarrow and the poppies. I don't know. I've never grown them. I haven't started a lot of flowers from seeds. I always do marigolds and zinnias, and they germinate great, and they have a very quick germination. But I'm starting several new flowers to me. So I'm going to go look up what their germination times and how many weeks before our frost date. And while I have the mess out, if they need to be done, I'll do them today. Otherwise, I'm good till probably next week, and then I have to start all my peppers, which is one of my favorite things to grow. They're all my favorite, but I love peppers too. Thank you so much for coming along with our seeds starting. I apologize that the videos are few and far between right now. There's many factors for that. Mainly, I haven't been well, and I'm also having a horrible time with YouTube. That's a whole other can of worms, but I'm trying my best right now. I'm hoping the spring invigorates me to get going, and that's the best I can do for now, but I sure do enjoy doing this. So until we're together again, take care.